Turn our attention first to ice dancing. The free dance is the third and final phase of this lovely competition. And here were the standings after the original dance. Russian teams have dominated the dance, and Grishuk and Platov are in position for their fourth consecutive world title. U.S. national champions Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow are in sixth place. Let's join my colleagues, Terry Gannon and Dick Button, as they called the competition last night.
Here at the World Figure Skating Championships, presented by MasterCard, we are getting ready for the championship free dance. It is worth 50% of the skaters' overall scores, and it lasts 4 minutes. And getting us underway, the four-time and reigning U.S. champions, Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow, in sixth place after the original dance. Liz and Jerod could stay there or move up, it would be their best finish ever at Worlds.
They have had extensive Latin ballroom training in the last year, working towards the effect of this dance. Very difficult moves. If you notice, they're not allowed to separate. They're not allowed to lift each other above the level of the head. None of the high-flying spins or jumps that we see in single skating or pair skating.
And Dick, besides those restrictions, skaters have already skated in the compulsory dances and the original dance. How does this free dance differ?
The dance is that they're freer to use whatever steps they wish, whatever ballroom dance steps, in any direction that they want to go in. They don't have to stick to a particular pattern. They can use music of their own choice, provided it has a definite dance rhythm. What the judges are looking for is a dance ability between the two dancers. Closeness, changes of turns, a variety of steps, musical interpretation, a specific type of dance music that a couple can dance to. Not theatrical dancing, but social dancing. This lift only up to the level of his shoulders. Maybe a little higher. If he gets up higher than his head, that's a no-no. But look at the deep edges here. The little turns, the very complicated steps, the hand-to-hand positions. This kind of move, a highlight of the program.
Put in perspective how impressive their sixth place is right now. They finished seventh a year ago, but you have to remember that Sophie, Moniotte, and Pascal Lavanchy did not compete last year. They were injured. And many people expected Punsalan and Swallow to even drop to eighth place.
Now look at the speed that they have here. The turning steps. They have a wonderful feel for the rhythm, the Latin rhythm of this dance. And that almost goes beyond the edge of what the rules permit. But really, in a sense, who cares? It's really entertaining dancing.
The fourth-time and reigning U.S. champions. Crowd loves them. Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow will be back with their marks when we return. For the ice dancing competition, Elizabeth Punsalan and Jerod Swallow of the U.S. awaiting their marks.
And look at the speed that they have in this ice dance with these accents, these individual moves that are placed throughout the program to give highlights to it. And they certainly have an enormous amount of flair, as this very last move in the program demonstrates. I mean, really, that's a gorgeous position. Wonderful ice coverage, intricate patterns, very attractive dancing.
Punsalan and Swallow making their fourth trip to the World Championships. They are a married couple. Became a couple on the ice back in 1989, won a national championship in 1991, very short time. They were their coaches, Igor Spielman and Elizabeth Coates. And they had a fall in the original dance, which makes their performance even more impressive, Dick, because it really didn't hurt them at all. That's how much the judges thought of them. In the march for technical merit.
And very good ones, I must say. And very consistent. Look at how tightly spaced they are.
5-6. And the second set of marks will be for presentation. And those are very good as well. 5.6 up to 5.8, even better than the technical merit marks. So good night for Punsalan and Swallow.
Sur la glace, on the ice, Sophie Moniotte, Pascal Lavanchy, France.
And here are Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy of France. They were the bronze medalists in 1995, did not compete last year in Edmonton because of Sophie's broken ankle. There are a lot of French fans here to support them.
And what they're skating is a gypsy folk dance. Dance, very commercial in the sense, very popular. It's easy to understand. It's tailored for the audience.
And Pascal certainly used to success at the World Championships. A bronze in 95, a silver in 94. It was Sophie's broken ankle that kept them off the ice for 8 months last year.
But look at the speed that they have here. The very tricky turn. Very difficult. Very good speed. First three rules the judges look for are speed, speed, speed. Next and most important are the intricate and varied close dance pose. They certainly have energy and attack this dance with great strength. I think that will reflect well in their presentation mark, the second mark that we'll see. Very powerful dance, very strong.
And a big reaction from this French crowd. We're not far from the border. A lot of fans here to support them. Sophie Moniotte and Pascal Lavanchy in fourth place, hoping to stand on the podium. But remember, the top three dance teams are still to skate, including the reigning silver medalists, Krylova and Ovsiannikov. They take the ice next when we return to Lausanne. Welcome back, everyone, to the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard. The championship free dance continuing. You hear the reaction from this partisan French crowd. The technical merit marks for Moniotte and Lavanchy.
And all very tightly spaced at that 5.7 level. Still room above for any other couple yet to come.
The second set of marks for presentation, and those are good enough to put them ahead of Punsalan and Swallow in the first place among those that have skated already tonight.
5-8. Sur la glace, on the ice, Angelika Krylova, Oleg Ovsiannikov, Russia.
They are the reigning silver medalists. And in second place to Grishuk and Platov after the original dance, Anželika Krylova and Oleg Ovsiannikov of Russia.
The music, Masquerade Waltz, Khachaturian. Remember, this is the story of a man who comes home from a waltz, finds his wife, and suspects his wife of being unfaithful. Not a traditional waltz, more of a modern variation. program of very grand style, bold strokes.
Angelika and Oleg used to train with Grishuk and Platov and certainly have chased them for some time. With Evgeni Platov's injury this year, they thought maybe this was their year to win Europeans and the World Championships. Still may be, but they've had to look over their shoulders at Shae-Lynn, Bourne, and Victor Kraatz of Canada, who are in third place. And they will come up a little bit later on.
The motion and the movements here slide into slow motion against the beat of the music. One thing that they exceed at is speed. They move with great flair across the ice. Tremendously different, difficult positions, something specifically that the judges are looking for. And of course, in the end, he kills her.
Poisons her with ice cream, more specifically. Krylova and Ovsiannikov in second place, trying to win gold here in Lausanne. We will be back with more of the World Figure Skating Championships presented by MasterCard after this message and a word from our ABC station. Angelika Krylova and Oleg Ovsiannikov of Russia have never won a world title. It's in the hands of the judges right now.
And look at this slow motion. Look at the extensions that they get. And in this lift, note very carefully, she goes above his head, but his arms do not. One of the very intricate rules of ice dancing. A beautiful move.
When they left the ice, their reaction gave me the feeling that they feel like they skated this very, very well. Not as well as they could have. Now we get the reaction of the judges for technical merit.
And you can see that they're very high. There's only, remember, only 2 more skaters yet to come.
And for presentation, 5/8s and 5/9s, they are in first place at this point. However, on the ice next, their Russian world teammates, Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov. These two couples were once the best of friends. A lot has changed over the past year, both on and off the ice.
It's a little more than a year ago that these 4 ice dancers sought comfort and companionship in each other as they struggled with homesickness far from their native Russia. But just a year later, much has changed, and it is clear that the same common goal that brought these teams together is the one that separates them today. Their goal, to be the best ice dancers in the world.
I think it's nobody like to be all the time number 2, but for now I think we must just don't think about it what we number 2. We number 1.
Last year, such confidence might have seemed surprising, since Angelika and Oleg appeared almost comfortable with the idea of being second to Grishuk and Platov's first. And for both teams, remaining friends was as important as competing to win. But today, it's clear that training with different coaches in different cities has taken a toll on their friendship.
It's not possible to be a very good friend and be very close concurrents in the world and Olympics.
Because it's like big politics, you know. I think it's like same big politics, yeah.
You talk about friends, of course it's sad when you came here and, you know, no friends. You should find some people, you know, you will talk with. But this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a new place to work.
No longer dependent on the other team, these skaters find companionship in one another as well as their coaches. But the distance has undoubtedly strengthened their rivalry. When Evgeni and Oksana set out a number of competitions, Angelika and Oleg easily won gold. They had hoped to continue their winning streak at the European Championships, but Grishuk and Platov's stunning performance, which earned a total of 12 perfect scores, laid those hopes to rest and left no question as to who was number one. But despite the daunting competition, Angelika and Oleg are no longer content to stand in anyone's shadow. And both teams agree that the future cannot be told.
I don't really have this feeling that anybody can beat us at Worlds, honestly. But you never know what happened because it's sport. Anything can be happen.
Grishuk and Platov trying to hold off the charge of the friends they used to be very close to, Krylova and Ovsiannikov. Here they are trying to win their 4th consecutive World Championship.
The music, a cool wind is blowing. One of the things that you want to look for in this dance is the extraordinarily difficult, intricate steps done with great speed and great security.
And they received,
this pair is a master of their technique.
And they received 6 perfect sixes, Dick, for this free dance at the European Championships.
Look at this lift. Ooh. Notice how close this is, how tight and deep those edges were. That's exactly what the judges are looking for.
They should win, they would become the first dance team to win 4 consecutive world titles since Bestemianova and Bukin from 85 to 88.
Look at the depth of the technique here. Really extraordinary. They have the best speed, power, control, and balance of any of the ice dancers in this championship. One thing, even though the moves are fast, there's nothing frantic about this dance. Very controlled. Wonderfully, wonderfully difficult. The fact that they missed the music at the end will hurt them. I'm sure will prevent them from getting the row of sixes that they got at the European Championship. But you know, I've seen them skate this program many a time, and almost always they have missed the end by a fraction of a beat.
Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov of Russia. Bourne and Kraatz still to skate, and technically they do have a chance to win. Stay with us. On following a powerful performance by Grishuk and Platov, the three-time and reigning world champions.
But look at this moment in their program. Watch as he sets her down. Her skate catches in her skirt, but it doesn't even disrupt the flow. I would be surprised if the judges didn't even notice that.
Well, you have to wonder about perfect sixes. None here for technical merit.
No, but look at the 5.6 from the U.S. judge and a 5.7 from the Austrian judge. Those are pretty low.
The presentation, 2 sixes on the board, and those marks good enough to place Grishuk and Platov ahead of Krylova and Ovsiannikov at the top. But it is not over yet. Shae-Lynn Bourne and Victor Kraatz of Canada, the reigning Canadian champions.
The music, High Society Overture.
As in the other disciplines, if you're in the top 3 heading into the final portion of the competition and you win this portion, you're the overall champion.
Now look at the difference with this couple from Grishuk and Platov. Look at the fast, intricate footwork, but long, sweeping, low edges. Very gentle kind of ice dance, as opposed to the power and the strength and the passion of Grishuk and Platov. Quite a different style of dancing. Hydroblading. Now, look at the knees. Wonderful move.
Medalist a year ago in their home country, and if you think that upsets don't happen in the world of ice dancing, remember Grishuk and Platov themselves at the '94 Olympics.
And look at how much more of a popular, romantic, modern dance than the very ethnic dance of Grishuk and Platov. Wonderful movement. Beautiful depth, beautiful low, soft, supple knees. There's a popularity about this dance that's going to be very impressively received by this audience.
How do you like that? I see Lynn's mother, Peggy Skipper, in the audience. Smile on her face. Why not?
I'll tell you, for the first time, I had felt that Grishuk and Platov were challenged by this dance.
Remember, Krylova and Ovsiannikov in second place. Shae-Lynn, Bourne, and Victor Kraatz defeated them at the Champion Series final a couple of weeks ago. We'll have their marks when we come back. Here in Lausanne, Shae-Lynn, Bourne, and Victor Kraatz following their championship free skate.
And really a very beautiful dance. But an example of one of the elements of ice dancing that they began is this hydroblading. Very unusual and very difficult move. Quite wonderful, isn't it?
Now, they have challenged Krylova and Ovsiannikov, who are in second place. And you mentioned you don't think Grishuk and Platov have been pressured this much in a long, long time, Dick. They lead.
Well, I highly doubt that they will defeat Grishuk and Platov, but I certainly think that the program was not as difficult or as technically demanding by any means. You can see the marks are lower here in technical merit.
And they anxiously await the second set of marks, which will tell the story. For presentation, there they are.
It was just a very pleasant dance. It was really beautiful to watch, enjoyable. The difficulty, not as great.
And they come up short and end up in third place. So Grishuk and Platov continue to dominate in the world of ice dancing. For the second straight year, Krylova and Ovsiannikov capture the silver. Bourne and Kraatz again the bronze. And Punsalan and Swallow, the best finish by an American couple since 1990. Right now, Leslie Visser is standing by with the Americans. Leslie?
Terry, it was their first standing ovation at the Worlds, and well-deserved. Great job by both of you. Liz, to you first. Maybe people in America don't understand what sixth place is. Why is that impressive?
Well, it was great for us this year because we were ahead of two teams that we hadn't beaten before at any championships, let alone Worlds. So it was a big movement for us.
And what did you come here wanting to emphasize? What did you want to prove at these Worlds?
Well, improvement from last year, which is harder to do every time you show up for Worlds. And also, we just wanted to make a big impression.
Well, that you did. And Jerod, how do you think this sets you up for the Olympic Games?
It definitely shows the world that we're competitive in ice dancing. A United States couple in sixth place is great going into an Olympic year, and this is the confidence that you should have and that we now have, and it gives us a momentum, and it gives us a great shot at medals next year, I think.
Well, you have a lot of confidence and you have a lot of support. Congratulations to you. Back to you, Terry.
Well, Oksana Grishuk and Evgeni Platov can't take it to the next level. There isn't one. They become the first dance team to win 4 consecutive world titles since '88 and the 7th to do it overall. They join Leslie now.
Terry, I don't think Carl Lewis could keep up with these guys. They are so fast and so powerful. Oksana, congratulations to you. What happened there with your skirt?
I don't know. I used to skate in pants for the practice, and this is a new dress for this competition, and it was, I guess, a little bit too long. But it doesn't bother me.
No, it didn't seem to bother many people. You've won so many medals. What is the challenge for you skating now?
We're looking forward to compete on next Olympic Games in '98 next year, so that was a lot of pressure for us. It's a very important competition here.
And what do you think you did well this evening?
Yeah, we did very well, and we're happy with that. And just one mistake, but because it's skirt, but it's okay. We didn't fail, and we skated really great tonight.
Yes, you did. Congratulations to you both. Back to you, Terry.